Hi everyone, I hope you all are doing well today. This is Victoria Sheffield, founder of Christian Women's Business Network. I am so excited today about everything he's doing in my life and in the lives of God's people. Now, if you are someone that has a dream or a vision, but you're a little discouraged simply because you're saying to yourself, I absolutely do not know how this thing is going to work out. I absolutely do not know how this thing is going to come to pass because I just do not have the money to do what it is that I want to do. I want to encourage you today to walk in faith. You just don't know how many times I had a dream, I had an idea, a vision, an aspiration, but I didn't have the money, I didn't have the know-how, I didn't have this, I didn't have that, I didn't know how to do this, I didn't have the right people in my life. But the one thing I did have was Christ Jesus. So if God have given you a vision or a dream, I encourage you to walk in faith. If you don't have a dime in your pocket, there is always something you can be doing. Visit one of your dollar stores. Buy a 99-cent journal and start writing down your dreams. Write your dreams down and make them plain. Write a list of things that it's going to take to bring your vision to pass. And I double dare, triple dare you to believe in those things that you write down those lists now. But you know what? A lot of time God is waiting on us. I think oftentimes we look for things to sort of fall out of the sky. So I pray that you are not someone that's walking in procrastination, because I believe that if God have given you a vision or a dream, I just believe he's going to make provision for you. I believe he's going to send the right people and place the right people in your life. You stay focused and you make sure that you are hearing correctly from God, because a lot of times too, oftentimes people are actually trying to walk in the shoes of other people. Maybe they see someone else doing something that they are very, very successful at, and they decide to try their hands at that instead of walking in the direction and the path that God would have them to walk in. So make sure that your vision lines up with God's plan and purpose for your life. I was just sharing with a dear friend on yesterday how if I knew years ago what I know now, how much further I would be in my life. When I sit here and I think about that, I remember so much wasted time that I took doing things that I probably had no business doing. Why? Because those things did not line up with God's plan for my life. I spent many years of my life doing what it felt like, running around or walking around in circle after circle after circle. When this thing over here didn't work out, I would start something else, a new business venture over here, and I would start another one over here, and it just felt like nothing was working out for me. So once I got to the point in my life where I actually matured spiritually and just sought God for his plan for my life, that's when things started turning around in my life. And I know if he did that for me, he would do the same thing for you. So I encourage you on today, if you don't have a personal relationship with God, to get a personal relationship with him. Seek his face early. Fast, pray, ask him to show it to you. And then once he shows it to you, I always say this, and I love saying this, and I'll say it over and over and over again till I feel like people get it. When God shows you who you are, believe in it, then walk in it. And I know it's someone that's watching, and maybe you're saying, well, Victoria, you just do not get it. You see, I am broke. No, I do get it. I wrote a book titled, It's Been a Long Journey. The subtitle, We All Have a Story to Tell. I'll say the subtitle again. We all have a story to tell. No one knows what I've gone through in my life. Nothing that I have was given to me. I want to share something. I want to be very transparent just for a moment, because I always enjoy using my own life as an example. For those of you watching that do not know, there was a 10-year point in my life where I was a family child daycare provider. I can remember all those years ago when my oldest children were very little children, and saying to myself, I want to start a daycare in my home. I want to show you all just how broke I was. And I mean, this is real talk. That's the one thing I love about God and how he uses me and this platform. I'm nothing short of being real. I was so broke, I didn't even have money to purchase flyers to pass out to people. And back then, now so many people have computers. We can pretty much make our own flyers now. If we don't have a computer, in fact, we can go to the public library and create our own flyers. Okay, so but back then that wasn't the case. We still had a lot of these stores that would create your flyers for you. And even though it wasn't that expensive to do, I didn't even have the money to pay the man up the road a bit to do that. And so, but how many of y'all know that God is a provider? And oftentimes too, and I want you all to tap into this and to really, really get what I'm getting ready to say, and really pray and seek God in your situation. Because here's what God told me during the duration of this period of time that I was going through. He also let me know that what we need, we already have. In other words, use what you have. When I thought about it now, I'm going to keep this real too. I can't draw a lick. But I have a sister that has such beautiful handwriting that she's actually won awards and things because she writes so well and because she draws and she can do art. So I call my sister up and I tell her what I want to do. And I'm like, she's 3 years older than me, my only sister, mind you. I'm like, I want to start this daycare, but I don't have the money. Can you help me? Can you draw a picture of something on paper and create a flyer, put my name, phone number on there? She did just that. And I greatly to this day appreciate her. So I go and I make copies and I pass out copies. So think about it. What I needed was already there. I didn't have to pay my sister a dime. Okay? Didn't have any money, didn't know how, but God spoke to me and said, use what you got. That's what I did. Passed out the flyers, walked in faith. After I passed out the flyers, I think about 3 people called me, and I ended up keeping their children. And long story short, I can remember, one summer having about 10 children in my very, very small apartment. And back then I wasn't charging much of anything, right? But I do remember earning about $300 a week caring for those children in my home. So, what I'm just trying to get at is here. Anyone that says that I don't know how they feel, only thing I can tell you is you don't know what I have been through. Walk in faith, trust God, trust Him in whatever He's telling you to do. Do it. Believe Him. Believe in your dream. And believe in yourself. God's perfect plan is just that. He doesn't tell us anything in life is going to be easy. But He is a provider. He's never failed for me. He will never fail for you. So pull out that journal. Continue writing. Do research. Take your journal and write down notes from research that you do online. Even YouTube. YouTube has been excellent platform for me in learning about certain things that I am venturing out into. YouTube is totally free education. Go to YouTube, pull out your journal, start writing. I'm telling you, if God have given you a dream, if God have given you a vision, He will and He is going to make provision for you. And be very, very, very careful about who you share your dreams with, because not everyone is happy about you following God's plan for your life. It's very, very sad, but very few people that I actually share things that I am doing right now in my life with, because people have motives. It's very, very sad to say. And if they're not helping you in some type of way, it could be just emotionally by giving you the support that you need. If they're showing signs of negativity, you don't need to feed that into your spirit. The only thing you need to focus on is what you need to do in order to bring those dreams to pass. Maybe you're even someone that says, you know what, I'm working on a job, but I want to venture out in entrepreneurship simply because I'm just not happy here. Well, what I want to say to you is this. I know it's very difficult, because for most people that work an 8 to 5, by the time you do get home, you are so tired. You really don't feel like doing anything. What I want to say to you is just work on what you want to do, very, very little at a time. Let's say you want to write a book. Writing a book is definitely not an easy task. But you can work on writing a book 10, 15 minutes a day if, working on it 30 minutes or an hour a day seems too overwhelming. Regardless of what it is that you want to do, you can do it, but stay consistent. If you don't work on it every day, maybe work on it every other day. Because the one thing I noticed also as an entrepreneur and someone that's a social media marketer, I see a lot of things going on in the area of marketing. And what I am noticing with people is that the people that are very, very consistent are the ones that are very successful. In other words, if it goes back to procrastination. If God have given you a vision or a dream, and you're not working on what He have shown you, you're merely wasting your time. You're wasting your time. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing will take place. And it goes also back to faith without works being dead. So if you plant a flower, but if you don't take the opportunity to water the flower, or you're going to water it whenever you want to, or every now and then, you're not going to see very, very much benefit in that. But if you take that flower and you nourish it and you take care of it the way you're supposed to consistently, you look up, you may have a whole flower garden full of flowers. Why? Because they're going to spread like a wildfire. And that's the same thing about your dream. Take your dream and run with it. Run with it like it's no tomorrow, like tomorrow really is, what your last day, because it could be. That's the thing about me. I always tell people, you know what? There was one time in my life where the enemy had me bound. He had me so bound I was afraid to do this, afraid to do that, afraid to speak. Like even doing this video right now, this is totally a miracle, So I always tell people, you know what? When the enemy had me like that, he should have kept me, because now that I know what I know, and I know that I have the power to walk in victory, I'm running like it's no tomorrow. So if you all see me doing this and doing that and doing all the things that He showed me about myself years ago that I was afraid to do, and I'm doing them now, I'm finally walking in faith and believing in who God has shown me that I am. And that's what I want to encourage you all to do. Walk in faith. Believe you are who God has said you are. And do something. You know what my nephew said the other day? He said, just do it. I believe that's a slogan for a shoe or something, a sneaker or something like that. So that's what I'm going to encourage you all to do today. Just do it. Don't worry about the how. I'm going to keep saying that. Don't worry about the money. In fact, don't you worry about a thing. You just keep on praying. You keep on pressing. You keep on believing. You keep on doing your research. You do as much as you can, and God will do the rest. Don't rely on anybody else to do it for you. Don't rely on anything to drop out of the sky. Yes, God is going to bless you, but He's going to bless you once He sees that you are doing something for yourself. The same way I do my children. I don't pacify my children. I allow them to do what I know that they are able and capable of doing. And then when I see that they can go no further as a great parent, that's when I step in. I step in when I see them falling, or when I see that they can't go another mile. And that's the same way that our Heavenly Father is going to do you. So let not fear, defeat, or discouragement reign on the inside of you. I know it gets tired sometimes. Did I forget to mention that I've been an entrepreneur for 25 plus years, and I have pretty much lost count. So I have gone through almost or just about everything. Have I had those times and days that I got tired? Yes, I was tired last week. I was probably tired a few weeks before that. Maybe next week I'll get tired again. But I'm going to keep on pushing. I'm going to keep on pressing and believing God, because faith is going to conquer all of that. Every last bit of this. You know, before you entered into your mother's womb, there was a plan and a purpose for your life. Seek it like never before. Do not be like me, walking in disobedience. I'm telling you, I walked into disobedience for so many years. I am so at peace right now, not because I have all the money in the world. And I tell people, success is not defined by how much money you have in your pocket. Success is defined by how much you are thriving and working in the purpose and in the calling that God has on your life. Success is defined by how many people you are helping through this walk of life with what you do. Now, if you can make you some money along with that, you know you are doing something great. So I just want to thank everyone that have taken the time to tune into this broadcast. I hope and I pray that I have said something that's going to help you along this journey. Now, if you haven't, do a search on Facebook for the CWBN Network Show. Like my page, comment, let me know what you thought about this broadcast. Now, if you are someone that would like to be a guest on the live radio show, let me know. If you are someone that would also like to have the opportunity to have your own show on our network, let me know. We are doing great things. I have some dynamic shows that are planned. If you are someone that needs media exposure on our show or in our magazine, let me know. If you would like to become a member of the CWBN network, let me know. I'm excited to announce we have a new chapter for men. So let me know if you have a significant other that wants to be a part of that network. There's so much going on, so many things that are to come with the network. I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, if you've enjoyed this show, share it with someone, a family member or a friend. Now, I need you to know that God loves you, and so do I. Now, I need you to tune in next Wednesday, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to post the information and the details for the next show on the CWBN Network's Facebook page. So you are going to need to follow up with that page to see what the show's topic will be. God bless you and take care. Goodbye.